What's going on, hikers? Dave here with Off Grid. I'm into backpacking, hiking, camping, and gear. If you like those things too, do me a favor and look at that subscribe button down below and that bell notification right next to it if you haven't done so already. And you will be aware every single time I post a new video. So today I'm going to be doing a day hike on the Santa Cruz Island and the Channel Islands while I'm kind of base camping here. That's why I have more of the official gear on today. And the full-on backpack, and that's because I just kind of like left stuff at camp and decided to do a day hike while I was here. This hike today is, I think, the Smuggler's Run, Potato Harbor, and something else. I don't know. I'll put the name up on the screen for you guys to check out, but I'm probably not going to do the full 8 miles just because I didn't get great sleep last night and I don't want to do crazy amounts of miles when I'm here. So I'm feeling a little bit lower on energy today, so I'm probably going to cut it short, and it'll probably be somewhere around 5 to 6 miles today. But really excited to be out here. The weather is, I think, pretty decent. It feels hotter than what it's supposed to be. I think it's only supposed to be like mid-60s during the day, but it really depends on where you are. I think where I'm base camped, it is definitely more shady. That's definitely one of the reasons why I chose that camp. But I think today you're going to see some of the channel here. It's part of the Channel Islands. I'll show you the mainland and where I came from, and then I'll also kind of show you all around the water, the sound, the harbor, whatever you want to call it. So let's get started. See, right down here is the harbor where they dropped all of us off. There's a lot of people just coming for the day hikers, kayakers, as you just saw, a lot of sailboats in the harbor. Just an all-around like good time, no matter what kind of activity level you're used to. So again, I chose this island because of the tree coverage at camp. Most of all of the islands, about 5 islands total, have scenery just kind of like this, where it's mostly just open, and I didn't really feel like camping in a great wide open, so I'm glad I kind of chose that camp. I'm also going to be posting the trip video for, or that camping video for this trip as well, so, or I might have already posted, I don't know in which order these are going to come out. But again, if you're interested in seeing that, please think about subscribing down below for future content. I really don't know why I pick the steepest grades of elevation gain here, guys, but again, this is just starting out the trail, straight shot up. I don't know how far up. I'll put the total elevation gain on this trail up on the screen for you guys, but I have to admit, you know, once you're up here, things do seem a lot more beautiful from this vantage point. So if I haven't already posted the All Trails map, I'll throw that up on the screen for you guys right now and take a look at. This is mostly a loop trail. I'm going to basically make it a loop trail. It's a little bit of a down and back section that I'm going to cut out from today. 'Cause like I said, my energy levels just aren't where I want them to be. But this first section here is the Smuggler's Road portion. So that goes to, I think, more of the southern part of the island, and then it kind of just loops around, comes back to the northern section, then you head east a little bit, and then it kind of loops back to camp. So I wanted to see what the Smuggler's Road section is all about, but so far not a lot to see. I think you had to go out a ways to get to the other coast to really see anything. So I was just interested in this section, so I wanted to see what was going on over here. And with no breeze, yeah, you definitely feel the heat on this island. When I was around camp, I had to throw the old bug head net on because the gnats were just going crazy. I don't see too many of them in the open air here. They seem to be a little bit more in the shady section, but man, I'm not feeling a lot of wind right now, and it's making this incline ridiculously difficult. Definitely sweating my you-know-what off. Oh yeah, definitely a type 2 type of fun right now. Kind of regretting going on this particular trail. There's a bunch of different trails that you could take, and I thought maybe this side of the island was worth kind of like casing, but way too open, no breeze, incline to start out the trail. It's definitely gonna get easier as I continue along, but not very fun right now. I think for today, the only thing that's new that you guys probably haven't seen yet are my trekking poles. This is just from a company called Bafix, and it's their flip lock carbon fiber pole. I recently discussed that in one or two of my videos. I'll link them right up above for you guys to take a look at. I think one of them was for my budget gear loadout, and I definitely recommend these. They're cheap for the set. They only weigh about 15 ounces, and been on a couple hikes with them so far, and they've been holding up pretty well. Just have to make sure with the flip locks that you tighten them down, because they have a tendency to slip if they're not tightened down pretty well. So quick heads up on that. And I think the reason why I ended up bringing my set of trekking poles, one, because I needed them for camp, but two, I've been on one or two hikes lately where I felt like I could have needed them, so I figured why not. I only need one trekking pole for my tent, so I'm bringing the other one on the day hike. Don't mind me, just a little lunch on trail. Actually just did a video on this too. This is just a sandwich made with some keto style bread. I'll link that up in the cards for you guys to check out too if you're looking to go more healthy or low carb when you're on the trail. Also, this is going to be the first and last trip with, let me pull it out for you guys to show you what I'm talking about. This, and this is the Knock Versica collapsible water bottle. And I don't know what you guys were thinking with a collapsible water bottle, but it definitely doesn't really work that well for the outdoors. I retrofitted it with a sports cap. This is actually a different cap. It's the Platypus sports cap. And I already, you know, I'm trying to like close the bottle with my mouth by blowing air back into it to make it more rigid so it doesn't collapse on itself. I already kind of like nabbed the upper portion of my lip. So I don't know if I cut it or if it's sore or what, but first and last trip with this guy, not good. Don't get it, guys. I now see what all the hype is about with the smart water bottles. Need a rigid frame. Yeah, if you ever come out and do this trail, I'd recommend not doing it. No, I'd recommend not going the Smuggler's Road route. Go around it. There's not really anything to see. Got a couple all-star gear items so far on this hike. One of which is the trekking pole here. The other of which is the electrolytes that I just showed you. too. It's by Ultima, and I sort of had a fail. Now let me know down in the comments, guys, if any of you have witnessed this too. This is the first time I've seen it, and I've used nearly an entire box now, but the packet that I just tried to dump into my water ended up clumping up pretty badly. Like I had to chop it up a lot, like kind of work it and knead it kind of a lot to get it out of the package. So let me know if you guys ran into that problem with Ultima or any one of your other powdered electrolytes, and if there's anything to do about it. And I'm going to also quickly take the time to reapply some sunscreen. Those are really important to do, especially with the exposure here right now and how much I'm sweating because of the fact that the breeze is minimal to non-existent. If I haven't said it already, definitely type 2 fun right now. Bordering on type 3, but definitely type 2 right now. So let me quickly apply some sunscreen and continue on with the hike. This little stick, SPF 70, is a lifesaver. I'm also glad that I cameled up a little bit and brought an extra liter of water with me. Mostly because I was bringing the bigger backpack. Usually on my day hikes I just go with 1 liter of water, but this time I brought 2, and I'm almost through the first one. I'm only like a couple miles in, so definitely glad I brought that extra H2O. Alright, finally on the descent now, and we're headed back towards, sort of back towards where we came from. It's going to be in the back portion of where we came from, but loving just going downhill. And these views are pretty amazing, guys. If you haven't been out here, try to get out here. I think this is one of the least visited national parks because of the fact that you have to take either a boat or a plane to get here. This is my first time actually setting foot on one of the islands. I am either going to release another video or have already released a video on kayaking with my girlfriend and her nieces around Anacapa Island, which is, I think, the island right next to us. And there was one other time that I came, I just kind of did like a boat tour around, I don't know if it was one or if maybe a few of the islands, but first time on it, so I can cross off another national park from my list. And even though it's been type 2 fun so far, just been loving being here. Anytime I get a chance to get some time in the outdoors and enjoy the backcountry is, you know, great in my book. Okay, yeah, we're definitely on the descent portion of it now. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's definitely a lot more steep going this way. So if you do want to do this trail, definitely follow the clockwise, is it clockwise? Yeah, clockwise fashion that All Trails kind of spells out, because this section right here is particularly nasty, and I would not like to do it going the other way. Just actually passed a younger couple going that way, and they looked pretty beat coming up this ascent, so glad I'm going in the opposite direction. Another handy trail snack is this guy right here. Another YouTuber you might know by Justin Outdoors. He makes his own almond butter. I don't know if you know that. That's not true, but shout out Justin, what's going on? And now over in the distance, looks like I've finally come up on the other campground. This is, I'm camped at the lower loop. I think this is the upper loop. So I think we're just gonna be doing like a drive-by. Maybe I'll grab some more water if they have water here. And then I think I only have maybe a couple miles to go, somewhere around there. And I'll end it there, but from here we're gonna go straight out to the other side of the island, so we should be getting more ocean sweeping views and stuff that I really like to see. I don't know if you guys like to see that stuff, but I really like to see that stuff. Okay, just had a nice little about 10-minute break right down in there. If you can, I don't know if you can see some of the tents off in the distance, but I then came up this ridge over here, so I was able to down about a half a liter of water and another snack, so refueled a little bit. And now this smaller yet still a little bit of an incline, it's kicking my butt, so I'm reaching the convergence point pretty shortly here. I'm also using my Garmin Instinct watch again with the GPX tracking feature, so having the turn-by-turn directions when I don't have cell service definitely gives you a huge peace of mind. So we're almost at the turn back point. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. I think I was supposed to keep going that way. I'm gonna end up doubling back and just going this way because they want me to just kind of like go out to a point that I think is about like 1.5 miles and then come back. I don't know if you can hear it, but that sweet, sweet breeze has picked up. And I am loving this section, so this is definitely the portion that I was hoping for. There's a little bit more of an incline like I just mentioned, but the breeze is kicking in. It's really nice. We're getting towards, I don't know, closer to 3 o'clock hour, 3 to 4 o'clock hour, so hopefully the wind isn't getting too muffled into the shot here. It's just beautiful on this side, so follow along for the final section. Again, this is the Potato Harbor section. I have to look that up. I don't know exactly why they call it potato. I don't know if that thing out there is looking like a potato, so that's why they call it that. I don't know. To dive into my history a little bit more. But this is what it's all about here, guys. California can definitely, especially SoCal, can be very open, very dry. You're definitely gonna have to camel up in certain sections. But, you know, being right on the coast here, you have some spectacular ocean sweeping views that you really can't beat. And it's really hard to find in other sections of the world. And we've come pretty much full circle. This section over this ridge right here on the far side was the initial ascent that I had climbed up. So I'm getting towards the end of the hike. I'm getting pretty tired, so I'll put the final numbers of this hike up on screen for you guys to look at when it's all said and done. But getting pretty close to wrapping this one up. So what are my final thoughts and takeaways from this one? Pretty much what I mentioned earlier in the video. Definitely, unless you're going all the way out on the Smuggler's Run or Smuggler's Road to the other coast, it's probably not worth it. I kind of just like went on a small section of it and then doubled back to this amazing scenery on this side. Probably should have just stuck to this side for a day hike. A lot more open, a lot more breezy, a lot more airy, and just a lot more comfortable of a hike on this side. Definitely more picturesque, but it's definitely worth it to come out here, visit the national park. I think the trail was like extremely clean today. You have like this small orientation when you first get off the boat with a park ranger, and they basically stress packing in and packing out all of your trash. They don't have any trash bins on the island here, so you have to make sure that you're bringing extra trash bags and taking all your crap out with you. So don't be that person who litters and leaves their crap all over the place. Definitely follow leave no trace practices and principles so that we can enjoy views like this for many years to come. So that's going to do it for me on this day hike, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And if you are interested in any other day hike videos, I'll throw them up here as part of the end title cards. And remember, if you're heading off grid, make sure you do your research and make it a safe one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.